Alright, YouTube, or whoever's watching this crap, it's the Governor. Gonna show you today how to change the oil on just about all of the Yamaha R6s. This just so happens to be a 2014. I think the 08 to 15 are pretty much exactly the same. Not exactly sure, but if they're not exactly the same, it should basically be the same process. Maybe a few different screws to undo or a few different little things in the fairings to pop out. But first, what you want to do is start it up and let it warm up. Probably just get it to about 150, 160 at least, just to where that doesn't say low anymore, pretty much. So I'm gonna let mine warm up to about 160 before I start, just to get the oil kind of warmed up and thin and get it easier to get out, stir up some of the sediment, and it'll come out with the oil. This would actually be my 600-mile oil change, but I kind of pushed it over just a little bit. So, right, so we're back. Bike's warmed up. As you can see, I let it warm up to about 160. It went a little hotter. Doesn't really matter as long as it's warm. You just want to get that oil moving and get some of the trash that's in the oil. Well, trash that's supposed to be in the oil. Moving around so that it all comes out when you bring out the oil. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to have to pop these fairings off to get to underneath where the drain plug is, and to get the shift linkage out of the way so that you can pull the filter. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. For this, really all you need is your toolkit. That should have come with your bike. If you don't have one, I think they're 4mm Allen heads that you need. We'll kind of go over what you're going to need other than just a regular toolkit. You're going to need about 2 3/4 quarts of whatever kind of oil you want to use. I'm using Lucas 10W40 motorcycle oil, just because it's easy for me to find, and that's what I have. This is an oil filter. In my case, just a Wix number 51358. This is just the one that they sold me at O'Reilly. So I'm gonna use a torque wrench, the old school kind, to torque back everything that I take off, just because I'd rather torque it to the right specs than just guess. Not now, because I don't have time, but in my next video I'll show you guys how to get rid of that OEM coolant and replace it with water and water wetter. Make it run a little cooler. It says up to 20 degrees. I don't think it's going to be that much cooler, but probably about 10 to 12 is what I'm going to estimate it'll run average cooler. So in the next video we'll show you how to drain, flush, and replace your coolant with distilled water and water wetter. I started to take them off whenever I put my flush mount signals, which by the way I videoed, and my GoPro died right when I started videoing because I didn't realize it had been on. So I don't have the video of that, but if I get enough views on some other stuff, maybe I'll kind of show how I did it. You don't have to take the fairings off. It's really easy. And okay, we're taking this off, but it's super easy. It looks so much better than the stock headlight. Those big fucking alien ear looking signal lights that came on it. These aren't perfectly flush mount, but I actually like them that they stick out a little bit. You can see them a little bit better. So we took this So all of these are coming out with a 4mm Allen fang that comes with your bike most of the time. If you don't have your toolkit, pretty much all you need to replace it, other than the spanner looking thing that adjusts your shock, other than that, all you need to replace it is a 3mm, a 4mm, and a 5mm Allen key. Let's see, 212 and 10mm wrench open-end wrenches, a 14 and 17mm open-end wrench, a flat and Phillips screwdriver, and a pair of pliers. That's all that's in the toolkit. It's not fucking fancy. It's not like it's amazing. Simple tools. If your toolkit's lost for some reason, there you go, get that. So continue taking off this shitty fairing, pain in my ass. Oh fuck. Let me see. I don't remember. Alright, I don't remember how to take these fucking stupid fairings off, so go find you a fucking video on taking off the fairing, and I'm gonna do that. Figure out how to take off my fairing, and then we'll get back to the actual oil change. But pretty much, you're gonna take out all the Allen bolts that are holding the thing on. Find all these little pop clips like this that are holding on the fairings that you need to remove, and get those out your way, and we'll be back. Alright, so we're back. Got the fairings off. What I went ahead and did was just take off both of these, being this one and this one. Well, I had a few more little pop rivet things to pull out. Then you disconnect your light. And disconnect the light. And then you put this fairing somewhere where you won't fucking step on it and break it in pieces, because that would really fucking ruin your day. So we're going to put that over there. Also, if you're wondering, now's a good time to clean your shit. That one is freaking super dirty. I don't have time to clean it, but I might leave it off until I can clean it. And clean in here where the fucking dragonflies hit. It's kind of hard to get in there and clean. But yeah, so you gotta take, well, I just took the whole freaking fairing off on the left side just to make it easy. And then you're gonna want to either disconnect it from the bottom, your shift linkage. You either want to disconnect it on the actual foot lever or disconnect it at the top. If you disconnect it at the top, you need to remember that there's a line and a dot, and when you put them back, that line and that dot need to be lined up. If you disconnect it at the bottom, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. So we're gonna disconnect it at the bottom. So again, oh, wrong. So the tool you need for this is not in your toolkit. Well, instead of that, instead of having to go and find tools, I'll just disconnect the top. Like I said, just if you do disconnect the top, make sure you line the dot back up with the line whenever you put it back together. So this tool is in your toolkit, 10mm wrench, and you're gonna loosen it. Fuck, hopefully I can get it off without fucking ruining something. What the fuck? Oh, I think you actually have to take it all the way out because it sits in a little notch. So you're gonna take the bolt all the way out. My bad. Then it pulls right off, and then you can just let it hang out of the way, like so. put this back in here so that I don't lose it, like I said. And just let that hang out the way. Now you have access to the filter, which is here. If you didn't know what an oil filter is, there it is. And the oil drain plug, which is here. Thanks a lot, asshole. Put the bike in gear, especially if you're gonna do it off of the kickstand like I am now. Put that fucking thing in gear so that it doesn't roll on you. That would really suck. If it rolls and the kickstand folds, your bike's gonna fucking fall right on top of you, and that would suck. I mean, if you want to do it, you can. I don't. Oh, bitch. Jesus Christ, that thing was fucking on there, man. Alright, so now that the oil drain plug is fucking stupid, but it is loose now. If you have an oil pan, that's fucking great. Congratulations, I'm happy for you. I have a big plastic tub. So once you have something to drain the oil into on standby, make sure it's enough to hold about 3 quarts of oil. Otherwise you're gonna overflow and spill shit everywhere. But once you have that handy, you can start to loosen your drain plug. Sorry about the fucking guy weed eating. Unfortunately, everyone has neighbors. Well, most people have neighbors. I have neighbors, and it sucks balls. See, then you want to put something under it to catch all of this filthy, disgusting oil. And then you take the plug out. I was gonna wear gloves and be like, oh, you don't want to get this oil on you. But my hands are already fucking filthy, and I've had oil on me fucking plenty of times, so that's disgusting. You'd think after 600, 700 miles, oil would not be that fucking filthy. That's kind of amazing. Look at that shit. It's like black, purple filth. They always say clean your drain plug. A lot of people say get a new plug because it has this little washer. This washer is actually not to seal the thing. It's just so that you can torque it without whatever. It's so that you can torque it right. So I wouldn't worry about getting a new plug unless yours is fucked up. Supposedly they're really cheap. So if you want to, by all means, find out where you gotta get a plug. I'm not gonna. What I am gonna do is clean my fucking hand so that I don't get oil on everything and make it all slippery. So while that drains, I'll go clean my hand and then we'll get after the. And unfortunately, the local auto parts fucking place, O'Reilly, doesn't have a filter wrench like this that fits the motorcycle filter wrench. All they had for that was this little stupid fucking piece of junk. So I'm sure you can tell it's kind of a pain in the ass. I had to take this little heat shield thing off. All it is back there and it's clipped on right behind the kickstand. And then I took a piece of rubber tubing, like some little, this is like some old little fuel line or some shit that I had laying around, and I just ran it through here just to where it grabs a little bit sooner, and then I finagled it in there, and now where we're at is we're at the point that the oil filter is actually loose. So there. I moved these drain hoses out of the way, try and keep the little this little kickstand kill switch wire out of the way so you don't get oil all over it. Put something under it. So put my little jug back underneath the filter. I'm gonna stick a paper towel there just to make sure it don't get oil all over my muffler. And then you take the filter off. Wow. Okay. Just loosen the filter. Dump the oil. Yamaha Denso oil filter. Bloop. And you can see it's kind of draining out of the filter hole. That's fine, let it drain. I did this on the kickstand. It works fine. If you don't have a rear stand or rear spools or whatever, you don't need them. Absolutely need them to change your oil. New filter. Wix 51358. Nice. New oil. Take the new filter and the new oil. Get a little bit of oil on your finger. Rub it around. See that? Rub it around on the ring. People say it's to help it seal. I'm pretty sure it's just to stop the seal from like overheating or dry rotting. It just gives it kind of a little barrier of oil protection. So you do that so that the oil filter is ready. Then I'm gonna move this bucket out the way. Once you wipe up most of it that's inside of where the filter sits, throw your filter back, your new filter on. With the oil filters, there are torque specs, but stupid store didn't have the right kind of wrench, filter wrench. So generally, as tight as you can get with your hand. So that's about as tight as you'll get with hand tightening it. And then you want to give it just a little bit more. And it's slipping, if you're wondering why I tightened it. It looked like I tightened it a lot, but really it was just slipping. So it's nice and tight. It's not going to come loose and it's not going to leak. That's all you're really looking for with the tightening the filter. I already put the drain plug back. Specs from the Yamaha's website, from the R6 owner's manual, says 31 foot-pounds. So with your handy dandy upside down torque wrench that you can't read, you're gonna fucking, let me see about where 31 is. So you see, whenever you start twisting on it, the bottom one is foot-pounds. So you're gonna want it to be at about 30. I think it's 31 or 32. So let me see if I can, while I'm torquing it, if I can kind of look under it. So you torque that to 31, 32 foot-pounds. The clicky type wrenches are a little more convenient. I'm not sure if I trust the newer style click type torque wrenches, because I've broken bolts with them before, but that's beside the point. So you got your drain plug in, your filter on. You're gonna need about 2 3/4 quarts of whatever kind of oil you're using. I'm using Lucas semi-synthetic motorcycle oil 10W40 just because that's what's readily available by me, and anywhere from probably 10W40 to 20W40 or 10W30. Like, there's so many different kind of oils that you can use, and everyone has their preferred one. This is the first time I change it on this R6, so I'm just using what I have. 10W40 is fine. What does matter when you're choosing your oil is that you get an oil that does not say energy conserving or something like that. You want motorcycle oil, or you can use normal car oil, but you don't want the energy conserving or whatever. It's something like that, energy something. It doesn't have the right additives, or it has too many additives or something like that, and it's not good for your clutch, because the oil, your motor oil in a motorcycle, actually is what lubes the clutch. I got about 2 2/3 in here right now. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put the drain plug back, the fill cap back, start it up. I'm gonna start it up just to kind of get the oil moving in it. Obviously I'm gonna put everything back, which sucks, by the way. Probably the worst part. It's like, oh, I'm done. Oops, no, I'm not. But put everything back the way you got it. This thing. So like I said, make sure you line this line back up with the dot on your when you're reconnecting your shift linkage. Otherwise, your shifter's gonna be stupid. So put it back in neutral. Just put everything back the way you took it off, pretty much. It's not fucking rocket science. It's crotch rocket science. I'm gonna start it up, let it run for just a second, and then I'll check the oil. If you don't know how to check the oil, then you probably shouldn't be changing your own oil. So start it up, pick it up to where it's level, check the oil after it's been run a minute to let the oil kind of sink into the parts, and then after that, if you need to add a little, and then go for a ride. That's how you change the Yamaha R6 oil. This is a 2014. They are all pretty much about the same. Take off the fairing, undo the shift linkage, drain it, remove the filter, put a new filter, put the plug back, fill it back up. It's not that complicated. Alright, I gotta go to work now, so I'm gonna finish this up, check the oil real quick, make sure it's good, and go to work. Thank you guys for watching. If you like my videos, there's gonna be more coming. I actually have a full set of shooting and riding videos that I just don't have the time to edit. So sometime next week, if you guys are paying attention, if anyone's even watching this crap, I don't know, I'll have probably a series of 3 videos coming, just because it's too long to make one. And I'll be doing more how-tos, shooting videos, riding videos, just shit that I like to do videos. So again, thank you guys if you're watching. Comment, let me know if I missed something, if I did something wrong and my bike's gonna explode. Let me know, because I don't want that shit to happen. But if you like all my videos, just fucking subscribe. There will be more coming. Bye.